Hello and welcome to another update video about Harmony One. Harmony One has reached the next price target here of the top resistance level of my target box. This target box consisted of 3 price target areas, and each of these price target areas was basically was hit, so an initial reaction to it, and now we are at the top. So the question is, can it go higher? And if yes, how much? So we're going to take a look at that. Zooming out, you can see that my expectation is that we have come up here in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move earlier in the year until October. We then started an impulsive move down in a wave A, come up in a wave B now, and expect a final wave C to finish off this correction. We currently approach not only the top of my target area, but also an important resistance area. So my target area is typically based on the Elliott wave count and Fibonacci retracement levels. And however, in this case, what I also highlighted here in the previous video was this resistance level of around, pretty much at here, 32.5, 33 cents. You've got these significant further former tops or highs, and they are also very likely to hold the price back. You can see that as well if we add the VPVR, this volume indicator here, to the chart. You can see that this is where all the volume is, This is where there is most likely resistance, and this is exactly where we are currently finding resistance, You can see that the peak here on the VPVR is at 31.1 cents. This is exactly where we're currently below. We're finding resistance, We tried to break through, but we failed, at the moment at least, So obviously quite impressive what Harmony One is doing. Impressive what Phantom is doing. I'm quite impressed with them, with Harmony One. I'm also quite pleased because I've been covering Harmony One for a while on this channel and started really talking about it, I think when it was around 13 cents down here. At the time, I remember that we called the breakout on this channel and it started to moon here. And now again, it's doing really well in this run, in this, you could call it relief rally within actually a correction. I think we are in a correction. Bear in mind, a wave B is very hard to detect, what we are seeing here is, in my view, that wave B. And if we talk about price target levels, we start all the way from here, all the way to the downside. And this is where the price targets were. You could see an initial reaction here at the 25.7 cent level. That's the 0.5 fib level. We found resistance. We then moved once more higher to the 0.618 fib level, the most important fib level. You can also see then a very strong reaction to the downside. This is also, I think, where one of my sell orders was placed, just below that. That sell order was triggered really good, sold pretty much here at the local top. People who did short-term trading could have bought here lower at the support, but I don't do typically those short-term trades. But yeah, this was one of the sell orders that I got triggered, and you can see that this is such an important fib level that there was an expectation that it now starts to go down from here. However, it found support, so it then started to move up higher, found another resistance, but actually went through, retested this 0.618 fib level as support, and now moved to the next one. Yesterday I told you, as we were moving above this level, that it's now very likely that we're going to go to the next resistance level, and there we are already here at around 33 cents, or pretty much here 32.7. That's the 0.786 level. You can see that we briefly went above that level, not much. I had someone already ask me on the in the former YouTube video that is the chart now invalidated, because I didn't really understand the question, because there was strong support at 28 cents. Yeah, that doesn't matter. I mean, we are still in the target area. Yeah, we are still in the target area, and all this target area means, I did explain it in previous videos, it means that this is the area where the wave B would with most likelihood find strong resistance and will turn around. Oops, but there is no guarantee. It could be that such a wave B also goes to the next fib level. It's actually not too unlikely, to the 0.887, But that is why profit taking along the way, at least that's my strategy in my trading portfolio, is so important, because you get these areas with a higher probability and then you take profits along the way. At least that is what I am doing. And to be honest, nothing is guaranteed, but I think the Elliott wave method predicts as good as no other method price moves and possible support and resistance levels, because anything else, any other TA method where you use lines or patterns or anything, it's far too simple. Too many people use it. It gets invalidated very, very easily. And I think the Elliott wave method is the most robust method, and it's also worked very, very accurately. But yeah, the next level is still a possibility, and the next target now would be 35.2 cents. But you can see that here at this higher target level, we see already a very strong reaction. I mean, we were already here today at above 33 cents, and we've then dropped down to all the way down to 30 cents. So that is quite a bit of a move from all the way up there. We found we had a strong reaction of around 8% in just one 4-hour candle. That is quite significant. Overall, yes, the price can go higher. It could even go as high as 38 cents. That's the previous all-time high here. It could even overshoot it a little bit, not much. If it does overshoot it, maybe 40 cents. This is possible. Overshooting the previous high is a possibility. It's rare, but Bitcoin did it in my view. Therefore, there is more scope to the upside, but I can't show you a huge price range. No, it needs to be the area of highest probability. Otherwise, it will just be too wide. Still, it wouldn't invalidate the ABC correction. Yeah, I think the ABC correction would only be invalidated above a level of 41, 42 cents. Okay, below that, it is still an ABC in my view. Yeah, and yes, of course, there's always a likelihood that chart patterns get invalidated, but all we can do here in a TA is talk about probabilities. And to be honest, in any TA, if you're like 70% right, 75%, that's really damn good. But I think so far, to be honest, it's the Elliott waves work out really, really well. And therefore, I think just from a mindset perspective, it's important to be prepared for all scenarios. That's why I take profits along the way at critical levels, at important levels. That's what helped us to sell AVAX at the local top. I think at around $124 recently. It helped us to sell Terra Luna at around nearly $100. So also very much at the top, for example. But I wouldn't sell everything, right? Because it could even go to the next fib level. And it's just one approach. There is no right or wrong, but this has been a very successful approach for me. It also helps to remain patient. It helps to, the setting of buy and sell orders helps to keep the FOMO out of the way. For example, I explained yesterday with Phantom. I thought, should I really sell now? Shouldn't I sell along the way? But I didn't, because I had my sell order set, and then it reached that level. And that's just a really good feeling if you see these fib levels work out, because very rarely you find support and resistance not at a fib level. I mean, if you can see how these fibs work out here, it's just incredible. You came all the way down to this fib level. Just an example, even though they are now the other way around. You came all the way down here. You found resistance here at the 0.786 fib level. You came all the way down, and I'm talking here about significant highs, not every little one, but here a significant one. You found resistance exactly at this fib level. Came down here exactly at the 0.382 at 22.9 cent. Came all the way up here, fib level. Yeah. Yes, you did overshoot it a little bit, but you can sometimes overshoot. You did find support, and you retested it even here again. Here again, fib level, very close to the fib level, not 100% there, but here again, fib level touched. Then here on the way down, came all the way down to that low, and then when you moved up again, here fib level, all the way here, dancing on the fib level, coming all the way down here again to the 0.382 fib level. And again, here now, the 0.786, very, very accurately. And here again, I just have to zoom in, but it is very, very impressive. I think these fib levels, how they work out, and especially in conjunction with the Elliott wave count, it works really well. Now, what do I expect then as soon as we turn around? And by the way, the higher we go, the stronger the retracement will be. That's how it is. That's how it works out. Yeah, again, fib levels at play here. The more you extend, the more you move to the other side. That's also why, for example, Harmony is now doing really well, because it did move up very, very strongly, a bit like Phantom, and then the retracement is strong and the correction as well, and so on. You know, it just needs to it's just how it works, because the prices are always drawn to the fib levels. Now in the next move down, then in that final sell-off, I would expect prices of around 9 cents to 13.7 cents. Yes, very low, but it has to be below the wave A, which was here at the 13.6 level. So hope you like the update. Maybe a final look here, just looking at the daily RSI, and we can see that we are very, very close. I think we were already above it. That's why we retraced here at the overbought range. So be aware, if you get into the overbought range, it's getting tricky, critical. I think from what we can see now, because we retraced a little bit, there might be a bit more scope actually to the upside. We could move through that fib level, but this is a very important resistance level, a very, very important one, because there isn't much above here. You know, there isn't much. There are 2 more fib levels before you get to the all-time high, and you had significant highs here, significant previous volume. So this is where we are stuck at the moment. What is important to see here is, yeah, we were overbought on the 4 hours, so you get your retracement, and also on the 4 hour, you might, if Harmony doesn't now push up, you will get a bearish crossover here on the 4 hour chart, which could lead to a little bit more of a sell-off. Now, is this already the turnaround moment? It's not confirmed yet. We can't see that yet. Need to see what's going to happen to the price yet. Anybody who wants to take profit could take it obviously now, or take some profit out of it. But one way of being more certain is, for example, to use additional indicators. One indicator would be, and I did talk about them in previous videos, is the Donchian channels. Here, for example, you can use a Donchian channel. It works on every time frame, depending on which time frame you like to trade on. I think a very meaningful one is, of course, the daily one. And you can see here that the Donchian channel, which basically consists of the lower band and the higher band, whenever the higher band is broken twice, it is a buy signal. So, and if you then basically in your bullish moment here, if you then, however, drop below the middle line here, this orange line, and you break it to the downside, that would be when you sell. That is one strategy of how to use it. Now, it is possible on the daily. It's also possible, obviously, to use it on the 8 hour chart or the 4 hour chart. For example, here throughout on the 15th of here, you would have purchased. Yeah, if you had you just used this indicator just as it is, then you would have purchased here, because it was broken twice here on the 16th of December at a price of around 20 cents. You would have sold again here at on the 28th of December at 25 cents. So that's one way of using it. So if we take a look here on the daily, you can see that you would have purchased here initially on the 31st of December at around 23 cents. That's when the level was here on the 1st of January, around 24 cents. This is when that level was broken. You would have stayed in the trade all the way until this was broken here at 29 cents, and then you would probably have gone in again, pretty much just at the same price level again when it was broken again, and you would have stayed in the trade until today, when it was broken just today here, when it broke again on the 1 hour chart. We are now below the middle line, yeah. And now it gets interesting. Does it stay below the middle line, or does it push above it again? If it stays below the middle line, maybe even retest. It already did retest once. Then it could start the downtrend, yeah. So it remains very interesting. You know, it will be interesting. It's curious, very curious about how this is going to play out, and if this target area is actually holding. But if not, you know, don't worry. We've got a sell order set at higher levels, and we could, in this scenario, can go all the way up to the all-time high, maybe even a little bit higher. So hopefully you liked the update about Harmony 1. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.